the deep state. It's a conspiracy theory. What the media is doing is narrative warfare. Trump's whole thing was save America from the deep state, because the deep state fought Trump. Welcome to America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. For years, people have been talking about the deep state.
The deep state.
Deep state.
Deep state.
Deep state.
Deep state.
Trump's whole thing was positioning himself as the champion that will save America from the deep state.
Here's my plan to dismantle the deep state and reclaim our democracy from Washington corruption once and for all. When I get back into the Oval Office, I will totally obliterate the deep state. They will be obliterated.
Now, when many people think of the deep state, they imagine a shadowy group of unelected but powerful organizations or individuals, Soros, who exert power independently of or even over civilian political leaders. Others think of lizard people. But of course, both groups are stupid because the deep state doesn't exist. There's no way powerful people would ever want to use their power for their own agendas. That's never happened in human history. It's a conspiracy theory. This New York Times article calls the so-called deep state just hard-working civil servants who want to preserve American institutions. So case closed. We can trust our benevolent corporate media overlords? What's that, Shelley? Oh, it seems there is no deep state, but maybe there should be. That Washington Post article argues the U.S. government needs technocrats who can make decisions insulated from pressure by elected officials. Sure, we didn't vote for them, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't have vague and unlimited power to make decisions for us. Well, good news, everyone. You don't have to dream anymore, because around the 2020 election, the mainstream media started saying that the deep state does exist, and we need it because of Trump. The New York Times went from saying the deep state doesn't exist to the deep state is on a roll, because the deep state fought Trump and backed the pandemic response. Remember 2 weeks to slow the spread? Thank God for the deep state, said John McLaughlin, former director of the CIA. I'm surprised they aren't selling I Heart Deep State shirts. What the media is doing is clever narrative warfare. They're taking examples of bureaucrats who are doing good work and calling that the deep state. That is not the deep state people talk about. But they're conflating the two to push a narrative. Here's an example from a New York Times piece that came out last week. It turns out the deep state is actually kind of awesome.
Meet Scott Bellamy.
I am a mission manager in the Planetary Missions Program Office.
And he may have quite literally saved the planet from annihilation. This is Radhika Fox.
I am the Assistant Administrator for Water at the Environmental Protection Agency.
Oh, and she led an operation to make our drinking water lead-free in 10 years. Meet Nancy Alcantara.
I am the Acting Director of Enforcement for the Wage and Hour Division for the Midwest Regional Office for the U.S. Department of Labor.
And she uses your tax dollars to get kids out of working in dangerous slaughterhouses.
I'm sure all those stories are 100% true. But here's where the New York Times twists things.
These guys work for you, but Trump wants them working for him.
Trump wants to fire at least thousands of these people that he calls pejoratively the deep state.
But Trump's teaching us to expect the worst from people in government, when the truth is, they're actually some of our best.
You see how they subverted the whole narrative? You are concerned about unelected people abusing unchecked power. Things like how the State Department funded groups to blacklist conservative news, the National Science Foundation funding censorship tools, Biden's FBI targeting Trump followers ahead of the election, or targeting what they call radical traditionalist Catholics. The FBI targeted traditional Catholicism. Who do they think they are, 16th century Protestants? Shout out to all three of my Luther heads out there who appreciated that reference. That's the deep state people are concerned about, not...
I am a mission manager in the Planetary Missions Program Office.
The mainstream media is trying to rewrite the definition of what the deep state even is. Don't be fooled. We know what the deep state is. They're lizard people from another dimension! Speaking of, I have a new gaming channel, and recently Matt and Shelley and I sat down to play the new Alex Jones video game. Click here to check it out. And as always, I'm not getting any funding from some shadowy government organization. So please click that orange button to support America Uncovered for even $1 a month on Patreon. It really goes a long way. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. Thanks for watching America Uncovered.